everyone, and this is kind of a special video. I did my makeup for it and everything, and happy Easter as well. This is not an Easter video at all, but but I should say that. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about Joker specifically, like all his adaptations and rating them. Well, not so rating them where it's just saying like the pros and cons I feel about each of them. And I loved Batman for as long as I can remember. I have a bunch of Batman comics. I've always he's my favorite superhero, and I will be talking about him, but I wanted to do the villains first. Always. What is it? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Because people tend to focus more on the villains rather than Batman himself. And I wanted to do like maybe a series out of this, but I'm going to start with the like most notorious Batman villain, and that is the Joker. He's kind of like the arch enemy, the foil to Batman. He's done a lot of shitty things. Yeah, he's done a lot of crazy shit. He's very the opposite of Batman. And yeah, he represents everything that Batman is not. And he's also known for his relationship with Harley Quinn, which I don't like. I don't like how he treats her, so I'm glad she's with Poison Ivy now. Good for her. And he has no supernatural abilities. He's mostly like his cunning and how much he doesn't give like two shits. Like, I think that's like he's not afraid to try things, and he uses mostly like poisonous stuff like laughing gas.
Breathe, David. Breathe.
And like playing cards and stuff like that, and he has a bunch of like clown henchmen. And Joker, especially through the adaptation, just kind of goes through changes. Well, not changes to like the main character, but what society deems wrong at the time. Like in the beginning, Cesar Romano's Batman, he's more like a clown, like flamboyant. And then Jack Nicholson, like as time goes on, he's more like a gangster. And after, especially with The Dark Knight, I watched videos on it, and Heath Ledger's Joker was like not after 9/11, so he's more like anarchist, and he just goes through some changes over the time. And first I'm going to start off with Heath Ledger's Batman. Personally, one of my favorite Batmans. He did such a good job with the character, like crazy job. Like he is very much, excuse me, like a chameleon in aspect, because when I looked at Heath Ledger in that movie, I didn't see him. I just saw the Joker.
Wait, Joker man, what you do with all your money?
You see, I'm a guy of simple taste. I enjoy dynamite and gunpowder and gasoline.
What's it?
And you know the thing that they have in common? They're cheap.
And he represents, he's like tired of and like frustrated, mad at an uncertain society, and he takes all his anger out on innocence, like it doesn't matter. And he does a lot of shitty stuff for this movie. And if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, you've kind of been living under a rock. Excuse me. And I give his suit, I'm gonna rate the stuff I rate. I'm mostly gonna talk about the outfits and the makeup, and I give his suit a 5 out of 5.
And by the way, the suit, it wasn't cheap. You ought to know, you bought it.
I really love his suit. I thought it was like not only like aesthetically pleasing with the colors, the traditional Joker colors, like the purple, green, orange. It was very like useful. Like he had like grenades in his jacket. He had like knives in his shoes. I thought it was very like clever to not make it also like aesthetically pleasing but also useful. And I think it goes into like in the movie, it's not so much stated, but the undertones is that he was in the military, so it makes sense that his suit was kind of like, in his own way, he has utility belts but all in his suit. So I love Heath Ledger's Joker suit. And it really feeds into the character. And his makeup, I'm gonna have to give 3 out of 5. understand that it's supposed to look kind of like military makeup, and I believe Heath Ledger like did it himself, but he sweats off most of it during the film, and it's very like, you can see that like mostly it's focused on his scar, but his eyes are like black. I thought his makeup wasn't as good as his suit, but overall, I thought like the whole like character concept was amazing. And his hair was good as well. It looked very greasy, very sweaty, very green. I thought it was very good, his hair. And the whole point of him is he's trying to steal the soul of Gotham, and he's trying to, like Batman says throughout the film, that the world like is as crazy as him. And that and throughout the series, Joker's supposed to be like the underclass, which I feel like as society like progressive, you can kind of understand why the Joker became the way he did. Like he was so let down by society, and that's no mean like trying to justify his actions by any means, but like society caused him to be like that, which is kind of sad. And his Joker, and a lot of the Joker's adaptations are based off The Long Halloween, the comic, and Killing the Joke. That's more of a Joker-centered comic, and it goes more into his origins. And his origins, I don't know if it's his purpose or not, is very like, you really don't know. He's kind of like a whimsical ghost in that aspect, because his origins are never like crystal clear. But he was based off of this movie called The Long Halloween, like his whole makeup concept. Or, not The Long Halloween, The Man Who Laughs. It's a 1920s movie, and it has that iconic scene with the guy and he's creepy smiling. He's kind of based off that, the Joker. And number 2. I'm going to be also talking about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I recently saw this movie with my boyfriend, and I freaking loved it. There's a lot of mixed opinions about it. People hate it or love it, and I like it a lot. I liked it a lot. I went in with an open mind, and I thought it was very interesting because Thomas Wayne, Batman's father, they always in movies tend to like he's never painted as like the bad guy or anything, but in this movie he's kind of painted as the bad guy, like the rich guy who doesn't give a fuck about anyone like lower than him in class. And I thought that was like a very interesting take on Batman. And the director got a lot of inspiration from Taxi Driver, which I can totally see. I also love that movie, and Robert De Niro is such a good actor. And I give his suit a 3 out of 5. It wasn't as good as the Joker suit. It was more so for aesthetic, and I thought it was very plain. They used the traditional Joker colors, but I thought it was very like plain. They focused more on his makeup, which I give his makeup a 5 out of 5. It is very much killer John Wayne Gacy killer clown makeup. It's very like scary in his hair. Like I thought they focused more on the face rather than the suit. And I can sympathize with this Joker the most because it goes deep into his backstory, and I could sympathize with him throughout this movie. And I think that was kind of like the goal, even though he does shitty things. But I feel like I could especially sympathize him with the end. They kind of make the writers and the director kind of made this Joker more like real, but also like maintain that he's like a supervillain and stuff like that.
Anymore. My life is nothing but a comedy.
Oh, and I forgot to mention the laugh. Heath Ledger's laugh, I liked his laugh. It was very, I don't know what's the word, but he did a more like, he bordered on his laughs from like whimsical laughs, like creepy, like guttural laughs.
I'm a man of my word.
I like Heath Ledger's laugh, and then I feel like I can't really judge Joaquin Phoenix's laugh because it is based off like a real condition, so I feel kind of weird judging that. But overall, I think Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job, and it sucks that he's not gonna reprise his role as Joker again, because I really liked his version of it. And now I'm going to be talking about Mark Hamill's Joker. He's more so in the video games and animation. He did Arkham City.
So, when I hire you to kill the Batman, you shut the hell up and kill the Batman! So do you have anything else to contribute? I didn't think so.
Animated series 1992, so he's been the Joker for a long time, and I feel like when you think of the Joker laugh, you think of his laugh, because his laugh is so just iconic. Excuse me. Like, I feel like his Joker laugh is like the best, and I think that's because it's voice, so he was able, he didn't really have to think about his whole body and face acting. He just had to worry about his voice acting, and I think he did such a good job, just overall, his whole voice, and he really like brought the character to life through like animation, and I could tell Mark Hamill really had fun with the role, and like talking about Chameleon, this is Luke Skywalker, and now he's the Joker when worlds collide. And in Arkham, he's very sinister. I feel like he does the balance well of whimsical, like, clown to, like, scary, like, serial killer. I feel like he does that very well. And, yeah, I really love Mark Hamill's version of the Joker. I love Batman Beyond. Oh my god, I freaking love that movie. That movie is so freaking good.
You're out of your league, McGinnis. I know every trick the original Batman and Robin knew at their peak.
Maybe, but you don't.
And I love all like the old animated Batman movies. They're just the freaking best, and I feel like he nailed it. And some honorable mentions, I'm not going to go deep into them. It's Jack Nicholson. I thought did a good job, and I believe Cesar Romano was in the Adam West Joker Batman. I thought he, it was for the times very campy. And I believe like this is a hard character to kind of do because he's very complex, but yeah, I think everyone did a good job of trying to bring him to life and stuff. And I want to do the other like Batman villain family because I love Batman so much. But I thank you guys so much for watching, and happy Easter.